Is it just going to be Zyra again? It is, man. All right, well, let's see. From BLG, is it just Misfortune and Corki? I have no reason to change it. To be honest, there's one of them. If it's not broke, you know, I mean, Ashe also up. So, like, again, it's just kind of a trade, right? Now JackeyLove will probably go towards that Misfortune. Yeah, you're likely just happy with that trade so long as you get counter pick on the support role, which, being on red side, I don't know what to tell you, Mazel. It's not difficult to find that if you want to force it. So, let's see. Top Esports, Misfortune, Renekton? Question mark. Do you want to change that up at the very least? No? No. But then BLG can go towards Nah. Yeah. And even if you ban out more junglers, Wei's probably still going to have at least one option left. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, Zeri. Okay. So there is a bit of an adaptation here, right? There will be mid lane match into Corki here. And that's what Creme will be piloting. It does allow BLG to do something like this. Blind the Nah. They could also just more happily go a jungle now, not allow it to be pinched, then get first pick on top if they want it. It really just depends on what angle BLG decide to go for. Yeah. If they do this now and go top, they can ban away 2 top laners, and I feel like they're probably okay with that. Again, both options, both very viable. Wei now off of a facilitator for the first time since game number 1 and will be on the brand into 3 relatively immobile-ish AD carries. Yeah. Feel pretty good about that.
It does indeed, and I think finally seeing him take hold of this pick that's been alluded to so many games in a row here. But I also got to take a second to talk about that Zeri. I like this a lot more, the consistent damage, maybe the not as much 50-50, I'm going to die or I'm going to find that big play here that Creme has been representing the last couple games on the Tristana here. So Top Esports definitely going for this team fight potential now, but as we go into the second phase, it's all about those supports to set up the team who have been a supreme advantage going the way of On so far in the last couple games.
Yeah, and Top Esports, they're in a bit of a bind here because they want to ban away supports that are going to set up for them to have a good support matchup. But they also know that Bin is going to likely take top on 4. And a very safe blind at that. I like this Poppy call out as well because obviously Meiko took a lot of favor to it not too long ago for a series. But it also is a fantastic flex for 369. Braum, what else? What else do you want gone? How far do you really trim the support pool? Is it another ban? Or is it at the very least a cover ban towards top? Remove away the Nah, it is. So now Bin can a little bit more freely in reality go towards the Renekton, to be honest. And now 369 is going to have to probably pull out something like an Ornn, if I had to wager a guess. Something that's really going to just weather the storm, but then be a big engaged to Cassante, of course, still up, don't forget. That's the other option.
How could anybody ever forget?
And I think that's just going to be the composition. Alistar plus one of those 2 frontliners in the top side. And you just see what On has to pick into this matchup.
All right, I can appreciate that. I guess, go for a composition that has worked in the past for Top Esports. The biggest thing is there has been a little bit of lackadaisical execution on the side of Top Esports in the last couple games. So maybe realizing that we just got to lock in and make this work because the composition speaks for itself. Tian's lead in the jungle setup spoke for itself last game. They just weren't able to turn it around. Now BLG, they're going to go with a cold classic of Ons in the Rel. They'll have so much CC to chain all this damage behind.
Yeah, and honestly, Honor's having a fantastic series, even in the opening game where he was on the losing side. A lot of the times where he went in, still very strong looking. BLG though, comfort, it feels like, not only across the board, but also just in the sense of the comp is moderately easy to use, right? It's not a lot really to it. Fish for picks with Elk, look for pockets of vision for On to slip into, and then find those big setups. For Top Esports though, I would say a little bit easier in the sense of it's front to back, so very difficult to mess that up. A bit of a lack of true hard engage and the ability to pull the trigger without really forcing the issue and putting your body in the play though. And that's where I worry for Top Esports given their positional errors of last game. We'll see how they pilot as we move into game 4. And it could be the final game of the night as BLG are leading this series 2-1 already.
Top Esports trying to stop history from happening. They went all 5 games in this very particular matchup in spring. Then they ended up going 4 games total for BLG in the finals, trying to make their fate different, trying to say that all this effort, all this work over this summer split, all this dominance means something. This huge ramp up into this 8-series win streak for top esports, it is on the line now. You are at the edge of this series, about to be knocked down into the lower bracket and have to make that redemption run. And BLG, they have their eyes on the prize. They have their eyes on that world ticket. They have their eyes on another finals. Oh, BLG getting baited a little bit. Double flash play there. Meiko goes for the big pulverize as well. JackeyLove steps up, gets first blood for top esports. Things are getting chaotic. Things are getting crazy. JackeyLove is down now, though. Creme is still a big damage dealer here. On's about to go down too. Creme gets his own kill here as well. Bit goes forward for his own. Now it's going to be Knight claiming some huge ones here. No way you can get this advantage over to a Corki early. Flashes everywhere gone. The only person on the map with theirs up is Knight.
Goodness me. Cinema. To open up this game number 2. Game number 4. As Tian, it's a good bait. Honestly, fantastic bait. Meiko goes forward with the Q flash. Knocks up Wei. He's dead to right, but it sets up JackeyLove to then be the next to fall. And then at this point, it's just every man for himself. Meiko staying as close as he can, waiting for the next Q cooldown to come off. Creme gets the kill onto On, but then Bin flashes forward. But then, as the rundown starts to become a reality, everyone recognizes they have to flash. With Elk having those slow water attacks, it's too difficult to try and make your way out without using it.
Yeah, once that approach velocity starts coming in clutch, it's impossible to run away. But now back to it. Things have calmed. We have 4 kills in 2 minutes. But we have to look at what that affects the laning phase, because we're going to be getting these level 2s, the early contest for this bot lane 2v2. Meiko and JackeyLove, they need some redeeming plays of their own after the past couple games have not gone their way.
Not been the best. We'll see whether or not as well Tian can help alleviate the issue, though. There was an attempt last game that was simply countered by Wei. You could argue Tian took a little bit too much time around trying to help out his bottom lane in that regard. See if a similar kind of path of play ends up playing out this time around. BLG on the back foot in this 2v2 down here for the time being. As Tian actually looking for an invade, but the issue is he's walked over a wall to do it.
So Wei will play towards that. It does mean the presence from Meiko and JackeyLove is going to be felt up here as well. Hawkshot going to come across. They have Knight moving. He might try to make a play on the back end of this one. Just going to clear some of the wards here. Blue has been taken by top esports to start here, but Wei trying to get in range here for the smite will not be there. I was wondering if On was looking for an angle. Not going to go for it in the end.
Not willing to whisk it. Whisk it? Risk it.
I mean, I guess you could whisk it. I just wonder what we're making if we're whisking it.
Yeah.
Baking a cake?
Perhaps.
Are there roots in said cake?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, Tian's not baking then, I'm sorry. We do see some of those early plays leading out to top esports, playing around this bottom lane and trying to lean Tian over here as well. There is the move from Wei. It's a 3v3 of constant proportion down here as Meiko actually finds the lockdown into On. On crashes down into his doom, but Meiko is going to die too. Kills are going everywhere right now in this early game as we have 6 kills in 4 minutes.
Okay, JackeyLove gets 1 more. And I want to say that was Wei who picked up that kill credit. So, supports. Basically just walking gold bags so far this game. As JackeyLove is going to be allowed some time by himself down here and look to crash this next wave. I'm sure On will give it his all to try and prevent that wave from crashing. But my oh my, an explosive early game to kick off our 4th game of the night.
Meiko going to be spotted out on his roam on mid lane. Going to get some of the warding down though. Clear some of this vision. You have Dragon coming up in about 15 seconds. JackeyLove has had constant pressure on bot side, But it looks like both junglers going to be tussling over that top side of the map as well. See if the Scuttlecraft fight's actually going to come through there. 369. We're looking for an angle and a bit. Knight in some trouble. Does wiggle his little corgi butt out of there. As Meiko just trying to come help crash this wave.
Lucky thing is, Knight is the Knight's the guy who actually held his flash at level 1.
Out of everybody. But we're about to get them all back up, and majority of people already have them back up as well.
Exactly. So back to normality. In many ways, been a little bit of pressure here. Probably won't quite have all-in potential. 1, because it's Cassante, but 2, just because Pathmaker would also put Bin's life at risk, as now with 369 hitting level 6, Feather Dive is likely entirely gone. Bin will look to crash this wave in, maybe look for a reset and then teleport back.
Wondering if early Dragon Prow was going to mean anything here, as Meiko actually utilizing the abilities on On pretty well there to buffer any engage that On might be looking for. Tian is back on this bot side. Meiko waiting for the engage. Flashes are back up. Everything's available on both sides. See if they just want to go for the full frontal engage onto On. They do it to fight him. He's going to flash and crash down into safety. Really nicely done there. Top Esports, though, as they were trying to make the play on bot side, Wei goes for the proactive play of the Grubs on top side.
Given the temperament of this game, I'm very surprised Tian didn't flash forward with an E, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Grubs will be secured here. Wei will pick up all 3. And will also do Bin a bit of a favor and force 369 all the way back. Tian will cross-map some of this via, at the very least, 1 jungle camp, but it's no neutral objective, and it does mean if BLG have a window to push up on the dragon, they will certainly attempt to do it. But look at this, trying to cut On and Elk off from this tower.
Oh, they're going to get the TP play, though, from Bin. That might make the difference here. On goes for the crash down. JackeyLove's on the wrong side of town here. Oh, no, Top Esports! It's all going down badly, man. Top Esports, they knew this destruction from Spring, and it seems like they forgot.
Harshly being reminded by BLG. And it's another bot side play. It's another bot side play. Where Top Esports, I don't want to say they take too long to pull the trigger. I don't think they're necessarily trying to pull the trigger in this particular instance, but BLG are just given enough time to punish. Plain and simple, that's the end result. Now BLG continue to pull ahead in a lot of these plays, though the gold, as of right now, remains pretty even at the top of the score board. It's where those minor individual leads start to accrue, like JackeyLove being up 700, 800 gold. But for now, Tian, again, alongside Meiko, look for the play onto On. JackeyLove wasn't close enough to actually follow up the damage onto On, and then the teleport comes through from Bin to really seal the nail in the coffin. And take a look at the minimap during this replay. 369 just wasn't actually in the position to teleport down and cover this, so it really does make that Nubs advantage go the distance, as the Dragon was picked up in that replay by Wei, as jungle camps cross map to now play on the bottom side.
He's still level 5, and it doesn't matter. He's not tanky enough. Maybe they get one back, but it's fully worth it as the jungle comes through. Elk dies. No, he barriers at the last second, and a double kill goes to Elk yet again. He's 3-0-4 on this Ash.
Top Esports, they're trying, but time and time again, whenever it feels like BLG pulled the trigger, their plays are just better and finding them more. Creme has flashed. This should be a dead Elk by all rights.
The Ultra Shock Laser got the slowdown, instantly going for the kill play, and does end up getting a big shutdown from Elk.
Yeah, extra 200 gold in his back pocket. Going to feel really nice to secure that one and, again, just alleviate some pressure that was beginning to mount here. Claw back some of that total gold lead. And also make up for a small deficit he was finding himself in against Knight. Pulls himself ahead as well off the back of finding a play in the extra wave down there too.
We're going to take a look at the Hawkshot vision here, see exactly the clear being stolen away by Tian on that top side.
Yeah, and I think that's what actually prompted BLG to have so much confidence in actually diving this bottom lane once they knew for sure that Tian was down there. Arrow comes through. locks down Meiko. JackeyLove eats both the passive procs of Wei, and Wei just tanks the tower for Elk whilst he finishes off the kill, and the barrier soaks up that tower shot, which honestly I think it may have left Elk on 1 HP. I may be wishfully thinking here, but of course the barrier just makes sure that that walkout is secure.
We're looking back at map state, 20 seconds out from a grub spawn. Would be 6 grubs for BLG. That might just be a death sentence for top esports. You see them redeploying, getting vision control out on this top side of the map. And it's 10 minutes in, but I'm feeling a 5-on-5 tussle Rooney here up in top side.
Yep, I agree. 369.
Unless 369 just dies, you know, that might make a little bit of a difference.
I mean, he didn't take much damage anyway, but surprised that Wei didn't go for the combo the other way around to secure the stun. Wei's being forced off these grubs here.
They just need one.
So they'll try and walk in after. Yeah, Tian has smite though, so they'll get at least another. Creme hit by the arrow.
Elk is dirty with that one. Isn't going to end up killing Creme, though, in the end. It will be top esports that deny any sort of might spawn for BLG, although JackeyLove got blast cone to death here. He is gone. Elk is going to help take him down, but it's actually going to be On that gets the kill. They've overextended themselves now, though, and they'll give some kills right back to top esports. Even though On's pretty tanky, you got to expect that's going to be another gold sack delivered straight to their pockets.
Absolutely, it will be. Knight was down here on this bottom side, feeling like everything was oakley dokley. Will likely pick himself up this tower, though teleport. And we'll deny that. And feels good, I suppose, for BLG in the long run, despite losing those grubs. We'll see how things continue to play out as those grubs are now spread even, and a dragon is 1 minute away for them to potentially secure the second of the game.
Yeah. We are seeing those first item spikes as well coming across for majority members as we're going to take a look back at that replay. Elk's arrows starting all this off. They weren't able to actually kill Creme in the end, and top esports took the Rift Herald, or the grubs rather.
It's been not quite having the Ruthless Predator, you can see highlighted in the bottom left, whilst that CC chain was going on, so they couldn't keep him stunned for even longer. Inches, but yeah, then hurt JackeyLove. A little bit unfortunate there. That does end up falling in this exchange, as well as On being the victim later on. But hey, if the plan was to kind of mentally damage JackeyLove with another death, they certainly did achieve that.
You see Knight actually trading really heavily on the Creme. There's a dragon coming up here as well. Elk. He's going to dodge out of the bullet time from JackeyLove. Was just expecting him to go along that path to get back towards it. Oh, we got the engage here. Enchanted Crystal Arrows come across. Pyroclasm is doing work right now. And top esports, they're not even going to be around to contest for the dragon. Elk's running down JackeyLove. You can't strut your stuff when you're being gunned down. And a double kill comes over for none other than Wei, who is stepping up massively against the MVP of the regular season.
Mazel, this game, the state of it, the feel, the 1K Gold League doesn't do it justice. It just feels like BLG have completely shut out top esports these last 3, 4, 5 minutes. Kill trades and gold don't really spell the state of it as second dragon goes over. And it will be Hextech Soul for our 4th game of the night. And let's see how this all kicks off. On looks onto Tian. Finds the initial Q and the arrow, not able to be blocked by Meiko, so the chain CC is just simply there. Absolutely melted as then Elk slowed down by Ashes.
We ain't stopping. Wei's in a little bit of trouble now, though. BLG, they're getting caught a little bit, though. 369 just sacrificing his life to get the kill onto Wei, maybe take a little bit of that tempo back. Rift Herald was on the table here, so BLG won't necessarily be able to contest for that one if TES want to go for it.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Top esports can have to dip out here. They will do just that. Start up the Herald. Creme doesn't have teleport, so he's going to have to make his way over, though as I say that. TP's coming down. Does Creme see it? They
That's
do,
not
that was
full
the missing
health.
thing.
He's missed the Foss bomb there and trying to get some more damage on a Creme, trying to get the armor shred there. Creme will fight right back, though. This is going to be heavy as Creme, he falls to that golden left hand that rings so truly for BLG. And now Top Esports, they not only are losing bot side, they're losing around this Rift Herald pit. They're losing around everything as Tian will gate to his disexistence. A 3-kill spree right there just for Wei, who again is monstering Tian.
Top Esports have been broken, and they look very unorganized right now. And BLG are lapping up all of these kills very, very happily. 2,500, 3,000 gold even. Picked up in the total gold lead, and right now BLG looking to book their ticket to Worlds.
Just one step away, one win away from that wonderful ticket to the biggest event of the year, but also to potentially the start of a new era in the LPL. Imagine a first title into back-to-back for BLG, truly ringing in a difference in this league that I feel like we haven't felt in a while.
Absolutely, as we take a look at this 1v1. Oh, shock laser. Goes wide. First arrow hits. And even though the Foss bomb initially missed, the second one doesn't. And then, yeah. Big one connects and just can't really play against that as On. Waiting for his time. Is denied initially by Meiko, but which doesn't really matter because Elk multitasking here. Finds the arrow onto JackeyLove. Mousty's right-clicking down Meiko as Tian had nowhere else to go. And donates himself over to Wei for a triple as now 369. Will take a while.
Oh.
I think they will get him in the end though. One more sear to connect. That'll be slow down. Does he have it?
He's trying to run. He's got it. Maybe. Oh, no. Okay. Well, that's all she wrote. The 369 in the side lane, though. Top Esports not going to rest on their laurels. They're going to pop this Rift Herald in mid lane, try to get the crash here. Though BLG, they are surrounding them now. Will be on vision as they come over to mid lane. And Top Esports can't escort the Rift Herald there. We'll just get one charge and back away.
Yeah, I have to remember, despite the threat of the collapse, Pyroclasm being down does limit Wei's overall lethality. But of course, a sear stun can change a lot in those kind of skirmishes. But Knight on this side lane at the minute. 502 on the Corki. Doesn't even have the Muramana stacked up yet, man. Just deals that much damage. And Knight and Wei had a very, very strong series. That Diana Yasuo game feels like a millennia ago.
Yeah, don't even think about it, honestly. At this point, when you're having such strong performances here as well. I mean, there's a lot of praise due, obviously, for the bot lane enabling a lot of these fightings early, but BLG took that early advantage. The fight at Top Esports were opting into, and now have carved that into a weapon to throw right back in their face. And Tian, maybe a little bit blinded by that fact, will end up getting the body block from Meiko, but they really have no way of contesting anywhere on the map.
And whilst there has been both of them, I think especially On, right? 2 MVP performances back-to-back, but he has, I mean, I would say step up, but I feel like we're coming to get used to On just playing this well. Time and time again, and especially on the rel. Has just been such a problematic issue that Top Esports haven't found no reprieve against.
Yeah.
There's another Hextech Dragon. We'll go over to BLG, Top Esports. There's not a major cross map to find. They'll find that tier 1 in the top side, but it feels like a constellation, a silver lining. Yeah, more than anything. But the gold will go over to Creme.
Oh,
maybe they can find the dive.
That's
double
a
TP
bold
now.
TP. That's doubles from BLG as they try to defend this one. Bin barely makes it in time. Now getting collapsed on. Lightning Crash coming through. Creme has the chase down damage here on to Bin. And Bin's gonna slice his dice his way up, but Meiko goes right back in and makes sure the 369 can clean that one up. They have the wave here as well in Top Esports. They feel the momentum shifting in their favor. They're gonna take a tier 2.
Look at the collapse though, Mazel. Look where On is, and Elk's going to find a strong arrow angle, surely.
Momentum can be a double-edged sword. Tien's trying to get over here as fast as he can. On a split from the rest of the team right now, though. Elk is getting run down by 369. Bullet time coming out, but goes completely wide for JackeyLove. He does gun another one down, but Knight is the constant in all of this on the Corki. And they do end up buying a pretty hefty trade for top esports there, but BLG will maintain their lead.
So, during that, I may have called Elk was going to find a good Ash Arrow. They were actually looking for Tian on the way up, so that's why it doesn't help out the initial part. Top Esports, though, fighting back in this exchange at the very least, finding himself the 2 towers on the top side. And I actually think it was a willing choice to allow that second teleport to come through. Felt like they could actually kill that off. Yeah, you see Creme stops queuing and auto-attacking that tower, so they wanted Bin here. And they do get him. And then take a look at the minimap, because you'll actually notice the Ash Arrow flies towards Tian. And that's why you don't see one up on the top side here after Bin is taken down, and it allows for them to come through on this angle, denied by Meiko initially. But then look at 369, finds the dash, whole combo on, you know, finding disruption on the backline, but there's no follow-up from Knight or Wave because they have to focus on 369. But then this Pyroclasm is absolutely huge whilst in the Zhonya's, but then in his dying breath, finds the Seer. As poor Meiko burns down. Not much you can do about it.
There's so many individualistic moments in these fights. So many moments that if one person plays their cards just right, it makes the biggest difference. But the biggest theme so far is Meiko and On have the premier engage, and whoever can pull that trigger gets all the damage layered out on top of it. And we're going to see Meiko take the first gasp right now onto On. Still pretty tanky here at top esports. They're moving around this mid lane to try to get this outer turret.
Top Esports knocked down, but not entirely out just yet. We'll see if I'm eating my words, given how one-sided these skirmishes and fights as a whole have been in general for BLG. This is the first time Top Esports, for what feels like almost 2 whole games, have really brought it to BLG.
And this is a top esports who maybe doesn't have the brightest of records in taking that to BLG. As On gets completely caught out here now. He's going to have to burn his flash, but over top of it, the bullet time ends up claiming the kill. So JackeyLove gets him on the board now, though Knight is very strong, and Meiko feels the heat there as he's getting taken down now. The slowdown is coming through from Elk, but it's all BLG in mid lane now as Creme has come in to reinforce.
Yeah, you see that the second that Unbreakable Will drops off, immediately the burst damage starts to become a major reality from Knight. And again, you know, I mean, a bit of a misplay from On. Can't feel like he said that many times tonight. Does allow Top Esports a bit of an in, but it's really not something major. As let's take a look at it. Q into W, dashed away from by 369. Good answer. And the bullet time finishes him off. But then look at this burst from Knight. The second the Unbreakable Will drops off halfway through this combo, it's just, yeah. The immediate difference in how much damage he's able to actually take up.
All right. Well, we have a question to be answered by Top Esports. Do you just let this Hextech Soul go the way of BLG? I feel like that maybe just makes it so much harder to deal with some of these team fights. Right now, though, Top Esports don't feel like they have any control over this side of the map.
I just don't feel like it's a catch-22. If you go and fight and you lose, then not only are you down Soul, but then you probably even end up losing Baron if the fight is one-sided enough. But if you give over Soul and you can't find anything useful, then I think the fights are unplayable afterwards. So I think you just go for the former, see if you can flip the fight. So if you lose the Soul, I think it's just a long about way of losing the game.
That's Unbreakable Will pop by Meiko. So Enchanted Crystal Arrow, a couple abilities. Bin has found a flank. Bin is finally spotted out. 369 needs to man mark him. JackeyLove is split here though. Meiko in trouble. He no longer has anything to get away, but they do get one back. Now Bin forced to run away from 369. Top Esports, they're doing it. Bin stepping up onto JackeyLove and gets gunned down. And Top Esports is sustained damage coming alive. They're right to the dragon to deny the Soul.
You saw it for a second, they were like, guys, Baron, 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 but then they remembered BLG are on Soul, they can't leave that up. Top Esports will get it, and it's a combo on the back line. it was Knight caught up by the roots of Tian inside the bullet time from JackeyLove. And now it's all on Knight right now. See if he can actually prevent this Baron from going down. He's got a lot of damage, but no big one loaded up right now. On has ultimate and Hex Flash. Bins up in 10 seconds. Is it enough? Is it enough?
It might just be they hear those silver scrapes
Oh,
calling.
no.
Knight doing so much damage. Knight getting busted out with that headbutt. Oh,
Oh.
man by On! They might have gotten the Baron, but they're scattered to the wind now, though. JackeyLove bites right back on On. Bin is able to claim down Meiko.
Arrow!
It hits right on the Tian, and that's another Baron cape down. They have surrounded JackeyLove in his final moment, and he's not surrounded by friends. It's Top Esports biting off a little more than they could chew.
Jackie will fall. And it's a shutdown. It almost feels comedic. But he was pretty far into his kill streak. BLG, they don't quite stop the Baron attempt, but goodness me, that they have a bloody go at it. Here's the initial exchange, though. Ash Arrow, all of this frontal damage onto Meiko. He's soaking it up really well in his defense. But then look at the root from Tian, and then look at the bullet time from JackeyLove after Meiko falls. Root onto 2. On's the front line, and he just can't survive the burst. And Knight almost gets one shot, and the rundown is just so easy at that point when they're kind of cornered off in this man-made choke. And then the Baron. Knight finds a big one onto 4. Look at this. So much AoE damage. And then On's engage. Cues Meiko to stop him from actually stopping the engage, and finds 4 members as Bin teleports in and tries to mince the rest of them. On might die, but he finds
we
so
got
much
no
space.
time. We got a little
look at the
fighting going
picture.
on. Meiko's in a little bit of trouble. Bullet time coming down. Wei will block it off. There's the attacker. So Creme. Creme, he's in there like swimwear, but he's down just like his pants around his ankles. That's a massive moment for BLG to pounce on Top Esports' momentum.
Oh, Tian.
And now Tian, he will make it out alive with the smite to slow him down, but that's BLG that strike right back.
Immediate counter from BLG, stopping any possibility of a Baron siege here. 60 seconds shouldn't be used anywhere, and now BLG can look to siege on this tier 2. It's not really a siege if there's no defenses to be found, so it's just a free takedown.
Little slip-ups.
Wrist control back. It is little slip-ups.
This is the thing. When you look back to the track record, Top Esports hate this matchup. They have not found success against BLG all year in best ofs, and now they found themselves a little pocket of momentum and give it right back.
It's just Creme on the back line. I mean, it's audacious, but I can still appreciate the aggression, especially the turbulent series that Creme has had. Still nice to see that he's willing to be aggressive in moments like that. And now, Top Esports, as the dust somewhat settles, find themselves 90 seconds away from having to find another way to deny BLG this soul. Because remember, if they get that soul, it just feels like that push over the edge, right? That push over the cliff. No longer can you toe the precipice. It just feels as though Top Esports will begin to continue to lose fight after fight with that soul on deck.
And the fact that we've had a 20 to 26 kill game at 28 minutes, and that Knight is sitting at 11, 0, and 4 on the Corki that has won every single game of this series is extremely terrifying for Top Esports. Not only will they have the go buttons here for BLG, but they are getting to the item spikes that just are so damn lethal against the squishier members of Top Esports.
Exactly right. Smear amount of rapid fire cannon, IE available. Wei is foregoing the Rylai's entirely to get to a death cap. I'm not sure he's going to have it before this dragon, unfortunately for him. And on the other side, I mean, there are a lot of items ready for Top Esports, but they've got to find an ideal fight again. JackeyLove has to find the bullet time. Somebody has to set him up for it. Otherwise, BLG will find an angle.
They're going to chunk out Meiko. Oh, Meiko burned his Unbreakable there. That's actually huge. Not having that one is massive, and now TP is going to come in from BLG. They're going to force the hand of TES, as now it's actually 369 going to get decently chunked here as well. There's no real good entrance from top esports here. They might just have to force the hand. Bin's going to pop dominance. Tian's going in the pit. Tian can't get it. He's denied in the base with the bullet time. It's going to make the difference.
It's
top
huge.
esports, they're out-handsing them. Look at Knight though. Knight is trying to separate him. Knight is finding two. Knight is finding more. And it's BLG that take everything from top esports.
To the death! BLG are willing to fight. And somehow they squeak out with a huge bullet time as well, found by JackeyLove. It's ludicrous, but it just feels right. And BLG are gonna march their way on to finals and march their way on to a top 2 and a ticket book to Worlds.
BLG, they have gone from the forever doubted to the forever favored. The LPL smiles down upon them as they light their path towards igniting a new era of this league. And with one series standing between them and back-to-back championships, BLG will take that prize.
Confidence in abundance. That's what BLG showed in these 3 games. Back to back to back. Here against top esports. And they will find themselves in finals next week. What a performance. Real toe-to-toe stuff. Take a bow, boys. You deserve it.
Imagine going from winning your first title as an organization to now potentially being in the run for a second, to being our first representative booked for Worlds, and to have such a dominant spree here this entire year over this would-be behemoth in top esports. They have not been able to answer the call. They have not been able to beat BLG, and now BLG will be awaiting their opponent in that finals matchup.
It just makes you wonder if it's gonna just end up being a rematch, because mind you, how the previous series went. Top esports 3-0'd LNG. LNG have to get through Weibo, and of course Weibo didn't really have much to show